The Bible is 25% prophecy. It has been 100% accurate. We, therefore, are what are called futurists when it comes to the 300 to 500 prophecies that remain to be fulfilled. They will be fulfilled in the future in a physical, literal, global, apocalyptic context. It makes sense that mankind would be moving in the direction that the prophecies predict. For example, in the book of the Revelation, we are told that there will be a global economic system that will be accessed by some kind of a mark in you or on you. Looking around, we see multiple technologies that could, and I emphasize could, end up being the fulfillment of the prophecy. I mean, if the church got raptured and the tribulation began sometime after that, and they used a palm system where you could pay for everything with your palm, we would say, okay, yeah, that was in place and ready to go. Biometrics, artificial intelligence, cashless commerce, the manipulation of human DNA, global government, the exponential growth of human knowledge, and the rebirth of Israel in their promised land. Those are all phenomena the Bible predicts that will be happening, and they are increasing in the last days. I always give two disclaimers. I think it's important. First of all, that we're careful to use recognized, reliable sources for news. There is a lot of sensational stuff out there about prophecy. Sometimes people send me things about, they've identified the Antichrist, or they found this or found that. And, prophecy is exciting enough. We don't have to make things up. And then second, we're not saying the things we report are the fulfillment of these prophecies. We're saying that they're things you'd expect to be happening in the build-up to the future 7-year tribulation, and they may prove to be a part of that. Now, we've been following news regarding artificial intelligence, or AI for short. AI is of prophetic interest to us for at least these two reasons. First of all, in the revelation of Jesus Christ, we're told that in the future time of Jacob's trouble, there's going to be an image to the Antichrist and his associate, the false prophet. And it says they granted power to give breath to the image, that the image of the Antichrist should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the Antichrist to be killed. Now, if we had to point to something today, we would say that is some sort of AI inhabiting maybe a robot body and having close to sentient life, like any science fiction movie that you've ever seen, right? It's that kind of a thing. Second, in the last chapter of the Old Testament book of Daniel, we read that in the last days, human knowledge will increase at an exponential rate. I used to talk about once a year, we talk about how fast knowledge was exploding, and it was like, used to be once every 10 years, then once every 5 years it would double, then once every year. Now it was up to some phenomenal amount. Every hour, human knowledge is doubling. When it comes to AI, there's never been anything like it. It's being called by some mankind's greatest achievement. It's growing at an alarming rate. No one seems to be able to find a brake handle to pull it back. To say that AI is an example of the exponential growth of human knowledge is a severe understatement. It is just beyond our wildest understanding, and that's what makes it dangerous. Now, hold on to that while I read excerpts from an article titled, "Scientists Report Creation of First Human Synthezoid Model Embryo." A team of researchers in the United States and the UK say that they have created the world's first synthetic human embryo-like structures from stem cells, bypassing the need for eggs and sperm. These embryo-like structures are at the very earliest stages of human development. They don't have a beating heart or brain, for example, but scientists say they could one day help advances, understanding genetic diseases, etc. These guys must read Marvel comics, right? If you read Marvel, you went to the Avengers movies, you remember there was this character, Vision. He was a synthetic person that was powered really by AI, and that's what they're talking about. That's what they're doing, in essence. All they need to do is find the Mind Stone, and inside joke. AI is not going to break the world. Now, we talk about AI and its advancements and how, it could turn out to be like Terminator-like stuff or end-of-the-world stuff. The world doesn't end. The world gets rescued by Jesus Christ when he comes in his second coming. We don't even need AI to kill ourselves. But there's no end of the world. There's only the return of the Lord and the beginning of the future. And so, we're not presenting this as if it's going to happen. We're just saying that, man, I'm reading my Bible, and then I read what's happening in the world, and there's seems to be a real connection. AI is exactly the kind of thing you'd expect to be happening as a futurist. We're witnessing the stage setting for the 7-year Great Tribulation. We're not going to be on the earth during that terrible time of trouble. The Lord has promised the church he will come, resurrect the dead in Christ, rapture living believers, will be caught up to heaven, and then at some point after that, the tribulation begins. We return with Jesus when he comes in his second coming. Question I like to pose is this: are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, and keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.